Diary of William Cranston. Entry 2. Time and Space. It had been a challenge to find the land without time and space. I had teleported to the universe labelled Universe 19, and found the command center. I knew there was a Zordon in this universe with a map to the land without time and space. I walked into the main command room, my shoulder still injured. I needed a place. No one could find me. This version of Zordon had information I needed. I walked into the center of the room and looked up to Zordon.
I knew at some point in this time someone would need the map,
Zordon said to me, knowing full well why I was there. I was still morphed, to seal my identity. Yes, I am in need of somewhere to keep safe, keep out of the way, but I have a mission to accomplish at the same time, I told Zordon.
You may take the map,
Zordon told me. Suddenly a panel opened, and an old relic, a map of ancient dimensions, was presented to me. I picked it up, rolled it up, and hid it in my belt. I turned to see a woman stood before me. It was Shinon, the Guardian of Time, Zordon's sister. She controlled and manipulated the time stream to keep it in check.
Did you want something?
Shinon asked me. I shook my head in response. I walked away. Then I stopped, looked back at Zordon and Shinon. I could not let them remember this interaction, no matter how small it was. I triggered my mystery powers and wiped their memories clean. I then walked away and turned to the corner. I stopped. I heard them talking.
We must bring them back,
Shinon muttered to Zordon.
I am sure the Power Rangers will return to defend the Earth once more,
Zordon replied.
You do not understand, brother. They must be more than Power Rangers.
Shinon snapped at him.
You cannot be suggesting what I think you are, dear sister.
Zordon snapped. Yes, Zordon.
We need to tap into the morphing grid. Not only the morphing grid, but this time a higher power. The Ultra Grid. I have the Ultra Coins safe, as you know. I can give them to our original 6. Give them the power boost they need to fight.
Shinon blurted. Ultra Grid? I muttered curiously. I left in a hurry. I used the map to find the land without time and space. It was not easy, but I managed to make it my home. I woke up a few days later. My shoulder had healed, but my Ranger form was still damaged. I was curious about this Ultra Grid, so I did some digging. Some universes found a way to tap into a secret level of the Morphing Grid. It was very powerful, potent. A version of the Morphing Grid, it was as if someone had dialed the Morphing Grid up to 100 and then doubled it 8 times. Judging by my research, it did have limits. Limits and rules. First one being you had to be a Power Ranger first, beforehand. Your body once linked to the Morphing Grid, only then can you be able to link to the Ultra Grid. Another thing is, unlike Power Rangers, there is a limit of how many Rangers per universe. Judging by my research, only 10 Ultra Rangers could exist. Once the limit had been reached, no one could make another Ultra Ranger unless an Ultra Ranger died. The last so-called limitation I found is the Ultra Grid can only be accessed when the said universe is under universal threat. Planetary would not be it would be deemed child play. I sat there reading my books on the Ultra Grid. Then it hit me. What was the universal threat for the Guardian of Time, Shinon, official title, to warrant using the Ultra Grid? I entered Universe 19 yet again, and used my mystery powers to search the leering threat in this universe. Then I found him. The banker, Rusfa, the one who destroyed my vessel's home universe. It felt like home to me, yet it shouldn't have. The Ultra Grid was accessed by Shinon, just like Zordon kept the power coins safe. Till the threat of Rita Repulsa occurred, Shinon did the same for the banker. I decided to keep an eye on Universe 19. I wanted to get involved, but I could not break the rules, of course. If I did, I'd be in trouble. But yet again, I could not sit back and watch. I sat there and pondered this. I had to change things, for the universes I picked would need help. Just like Sparks did, just like he was doing making us champion collectors. Shinon kept plaguing my mind. Why was she handing power to choose those worthy of the Ultra Grid? Such things would be nice to learn. I had yet to decide what universes to choose for my Ranger champions. Had I struck genius? I still believe I needed help, but this time I wouldn't be so careless as in just to walk up to them. I had a plan, which had 5 steps. I moved the White Queen 1 step on my chessboard, and then a portal opened and I walked through it. I walked out to see a young Zordon, a young Shinon, and Brohan, their brother, playing. The 3 children were skimming rocks across this beautiful lake, and Shinon herself was collecting flowers. I walked up to the young girl. She looked up at me with wonder.
Hello there.
the young girl said to me. Hello, I muttered back.
Who are you?
She asked. I am someone who will be your friend and ally. But not for some time yet, I told her. Then I triggered my mystery powers and wrote myself into her subconscious and delayed the thought for several years. I also placed a note of my location so suddenly one day she would have the mental imagery of me in need and come to find me, someone as high up in my ranks as powerful beings as Shinon, and yet she was very easily manipulated. My eyes turned back to normal from being completely white. I then walked back through my portal and entered the land of time and space. I made myself something to eat, and then suddenly a portal opened. Shinon, the guardian of time, walked out. Took you longer than I expected, I said to her with a grin as I slurped on my noodles.
I'm sorry. Do I know you?
She asked me, confused. Not yet. I am William Cranston, I introduced myself.
You're human, yet you are more than that,
she stated. Correct. I cannot tell you what I am, but I can tell you this. I am more than human, I replied.
On what exactly? Correct, I mean.
She asked. Rasfa, I muttered. Shinon's entire body shuddered as his name left my lips.
How do you know this?
She asked. This time her words were venomous. It's part of what I am, and what I do, I told her.
I can feel the amount of good that is in you. I feel like I can trust you somehow.
Shinon said. Good, I grinned.
What are you doing here in this place?
She asked. It is my sanctuary, a place I will call home for now, where no one knows where I am, I explained, glaring at her.
So what is it that you do here?
She asked. I have to make Power Rangers. I have to make teams of them, ready for something bad that is coming more powerful than Rasfa. I explained. She looked at me stunned.
You have the power to do that, don't you? You're talking about alternating the courses of multiple universes.
She asked me, concerned. I just nodded in my response.
Then why am I here?
She asked me, confused. I need a few things, but I am willing to make this a civilized partnership, I told her.
What is it that you need?
Shinon asked me, now curious once more. I would need use of your universe for two reasons. One, to aid my mission by giving my Power Rangers people and lessons they can learn from. And reason two, I'm not ready to tell. I smiled.
I understand. You want to use the Ultra Rangers and the other teams on my universe to be so-called lightning rod to teach your Rangers. But why do I keep seeing a red Ranger with a Cornish flag in the new timeline that is forming?
She asked. I need Mark for a few of my Rangers, I explained. The Guardian of Time saw my chessboard and then saw my workbench.
And what do I get out of this agreement?
She asked as she looked around. Two things. I have had an incident, so to speak, and I will be building some Rangers that were formed in unique standards. They will be my task force. If you need them at any moment, they are yours. All you have to do is ask, I told her.
And what about your number two?
She asked me with a raised eyebrow. I can manipulate universes in a blink of an eye faster than you can comprehend. I grant you one chance for me to rewrite your universe, a redo if you will, I said to her, her eyes widened before me.
Protection and a universal redo. I'd be a fool not to take it.
Shinon grinned. When I have picked my universes, I will call upon your aid for my second request. But for now, that is all, Shinon, I said to her.
I understand. You have given me a lot to think about, William Cranston.
Shinon said. She tilted her head out of respect. Then she opened her portal. Shinon, I growled. She stopped in her tracks, turned around to face me. No one must ever know where I am, I growled.
I understand, William.
Shinon muttered. Then she walked through her portal, and it closed behind her. I started my second part of my quest. Next up was finding a way I could keep an eye on Mark, Shinon, and my chosen champions at the same time. Mark seemed to be a very useful ranger. Watching him fight Lord Zedd and his compassion towards a ranger he'd never met before seemed useful, but I would have to change a few things. I started plotting the next part of my plan.